What's up, guys? Chris here to talk briefly about last night's fights, just a little bit about the main events. I say briefly because I'm going to be talking about these on Science Finance Radio Show in less than an hour's time. Well, depending on when you watch this video, but I'm going to be talking about them on there, so not going to go too in depth here. I will say, man, what a hell of a weekend in boxing, though. Starting on Friday night fights, solo boxeo, of course, last night's events. So just a really solid weekend overall for boxing, both the good and the bad. But I guess I'll start off first with the Soto Antillon fight. It was a sick fight while it lasted, man. Round one was absolute war, as expected. Could be round of the year potentially. Um, no real guy was distinguished themselves, um, having the real advantage in the first round. Second round, another close round, although it looked like Antillon might have clipped Rios at the end of it. Hard to say. Third round. It was going all right for both guys, and then all of a sudden Rios just crushed Antillon with a huge right hand. Credit to Antillon for even getting up and surviving, because that was a big-ass punch he got crushed with. He got up. Rios was on him, and then it finally looked like Antillon had recovered. And then next thing you know, Rios just catches him with another short, just crisp, compact right. Drops Antillon hard again. Once again, you got to give credit to Antillon for being able to even get up from that punch. But it seemed like it was all but over. I thought the ref might wave it off there. He actually gave Antillon the opportunity to continue on. And as we know, they got together. Ref separates them. Antillon goes kind of stumbling, wobbly legs across the ring. The ref sees that and waves it off. A bit of an unusual stoppage, but I think a just stoppage. I think if not for that, Rios is going to finish Antillon within the next 30 seconds and probably in a pretty violent fashion. And I honestly believe that Antillon is a shot fighter. Potentially damaged in the brain, unfortunately, just by the way he speaks now. If you listen to him, especially after this fight. So I think it's good the way the fight was stopped. That guy doesn't need to be getting hit in the head anytime soon, especially by Brandon Rios when he's already hurt. So, good fight while it lasted. Didn't last very long. And a good win for Rios. He says he's sticking to 135. We'll see. Seemed like he had trouble making the weight. Not a lot of options there right now at the moment. Lightweight's not really a hot division at the moment. So, I'd actually like to see him move up and face the winner of Robert Guerrero versus Marcos Maidana. How insane would that be, right? It's like a masochist. I guess because I'm not the one in there. But sick win for Rios. Just continues to build that fan base, man. Just exciting fighter and brash, and as long as he keeps fighting like that, win or lose, I'm going to be interested in seeing his fights. On to the HBO card. Paul Williams, Erislandy Lara. Obviously, the fight didn't go as I predicted. Erislandy Lara looked much better than he did in the Molina fight. Really, man. It was pointed out by the HBO commentary crew. I don't need to harp on it here too much. That Paul Williams just cannot get away from a left hand. I mean, you got knocked out by Sergio Martinez from that big left hand, and Erislandy Lara just hit him over and over all night with that big left. Now, Paul's got a pretty solid chin. Maybe Erislandy Lara just doesn't have that much power because he didn't put him out. And I don't know how he didn't, because, he just crushed him. Look at Paul Williams' face at the end of that fight. I imagine Paul Williams' face looks pretty bad, pretty swollen, pretty busted up today, because it looked pretty bad afterwards in that interview. But, Paul Williams fought like he does. Pressure, throwing a lot of punches, going to the head of the body. But, man, he just got hit a lot. And with a lot of solid shots. I guess if you want to make a case for Paul Williams in this fight, you could say he was the more active fighter. And he was pushing, going forward. But I don't even think he landed more punches. I believe Lara might have actually landed more punches at the end of the night. Obviously, Lara landed the bigger, more effective punches. No doubt about that. I don't know if it's necessarily as one-sided as HBO commentary crew would like to point out. I thought there were some rounds here and there that you could possibly give to Williams. I know that Harold Letterman was giving a lot of rounds to Lara, even when he wouldn't land that many of the big punches, but he was landing big effective shots. I thought there were a few rounds here and there that you could give Williams. But overall, I clearly thought that Erislandy Lara did enough to win the fight. More than enough. When they showed the judges, it's like, who are these guys? And then when they read the scorecards, I'm like, Not again, right? I mean, I couldn't believe it. And it's interesting that the one judge that had the most for Williams, I believe he had a 116, 113 for Paul Williams, is also the same judge that had no notable fights, no championship fights judged before. Shocker, right? No, not at all. I mean, it's bullshit, man. Feel bad for Lara. It's a bad break, man. It's another black eye of the sport, but whatever. The sport's been enjoying this shit for years. It sucked though, man. It's just a shame because no one's accountable. Judges aren't going to be accountable. Nothing's going to happen to these judges. Lara gets fucked in the situation. Let's be honest. He takes a loss. What do you think he won or lost? He takes a loss. He's no longer an undefeated fighter. He's not going to get probably a big fight in his next fight like he would have if he would have been awarded the decision here. He's not. He's going to lose a significant payday most likely. And it doesn't really benefit Williams. He may get another big name next, maybe, but based on this, it's probably going to be bad for him. It's probably not going to turn out so well for him, especially if he gets Sergio Martinez as he wants. He ain't winning that fight. No way he's winning a third fight with Sergio Martinez. I don't know. It just sucked. It really put a damper on the night. Fortunately, I'm on a West Coast delay, so I got to watch the Showtime event second, so it didn't completely ruin my night. I ended up seeing the Antillon Rios fight last, so my night ended on a positive note as far as a fan viewing it. But damn shame what they did to Lara. Not a shocker, surprising but not shocked. Although I was at the moment, but what can you do, man? Unfortunately, as fans, there is nothing you can do. Because if there was, it would have been done a long time ago. But I don't know. I don't really have a lot to say about it. I was pissed off at the time, and I'll probably talk about it a lot more on Science Bites Radio Show, like I said. But for the moment, I just want to hear your guys' thoughts. Could you conceive giving Williams a fight? Could you conceive it being a draw? That's the one thing that stood out the most. How are you going to tell me not one of the three judges gave it to Lara? One had it a draw, but the other two had it for Williams. So not one of those judges saw it for Lara? Impossible. Impossible. Either they're idiot judges or they're corrupt. Either way, they're not doing their job the way they should be. So whatever. It's lame. But like I said, I want to hear your guys' thoughts. I want to hear your thoughts on, of course, the Rios Antillon fight. If you think Antillon should hang him up, I do. What do you think Brandon Rios should do next? What do you think is next for Paul Williams, man? I don't think he should retire. I don't think he's going to retire. But what do you see next in line for Paul Williams? And what do you think is next for Erislandy Lara? And, just any other general thoughts on the night that I might not have touched up on. So for now, we're talking about these fights and more on the Science Bites Radio Show. As I said, link in the information part of the video, as well as link to my Twitter, link to scienceadvice.com. As for now, guys, until next time, I'm out.